tayo handa't garantisado lahat. Bilang ng boto, tututukan ang gusto at bantay. Sarado, todo pantay, pantay na pagtingin, walang agrabyado. Detayado para sa Pilipino, malinis na halalan, patas sa lahat ng tao. Bigay todo naming babantayan. Mula botohan hanggang bilangan, vote si pang mamamayan. Alisin ang pangamba, nakasisiguro ka. Vote safe lahat tayo, vote safe siguradong paghahanda. Eleksyon ay idadaos ng ligtas at maayos. Bilang ng boto ng tao, asahan natin kompleto. Handa na lahat ng kailangan sa darating na botohan. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, vote safe, huwag mag-aalangan. Handa namin paglingkuran lahat, bawat mamamayan. Makakaboto ng likas, bawat botante, sino man. Isipan natin mapayapa, tamang bilang makikita. Vote safe lahat tayo, vote safe siguradong paghahanda. Alisin ang pangamba, nakasisiguro ka.
Welcome to the ceremonial signing of the Memorandum of Agreement between the Commission on Elections and the Commission on Higher Education. I am Francis Andrea Alonzo, an Information Officer 2 from the Education and Information Department of the Commission on Elections, and I will be your host for today. Today marks another milestone as COMELEC enters into a partnership agreement with CHED to promote voter education and information in the higher education institutions, or HEIs, in connection with the upcoming May 9, 2022 national and local elections. More details of this project will be mentioned during the delivery of messages by the parties to this agreement, after which we will have the actual signing of the contract, to be followed by a photo opportunity for the media and a Q&A with our signatories. Without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the signatories to this agreement. For the Commission on Elections, we have Executive Director Bartolome J. Sino Cruz Jr., and DID Director James B. Jimenez, which is not with us today, unfortunately, due to masama po yung pakiramdam niya. And for the Commission on Higher Education, here with us today are Executive Director Cinderella Filipina S. Benitez Haro and CHED NCR Director Julieta M. Paras. Now let us proceed to hear the messages from the parties' main signatories. May I call on the Executive Director of the Commission on Higher Education, Attorney Cinderella Filipina S. Benitez Haro.
Okay, good afternoon. To Attorney Bartolome J. Sino Cruz, Executive Director of the Commission on Elections, to Attorney James B. Jimenez, who unfortunately could not come with us today, to Dr. Julieta M. Paras, Director 4 of CHED National Capital Region, and to everyone here with us today, a pleasant good afternoon to all of us. Today we are gathered for the signing of the Memorandum of Agreement between the Commission on Higher Education and the Commission on Elections. The administration has been moving away from the traditional approach of government agencies acting in nation with other government instrumentalities. Recognizing the growing complexity of problems call for collaboration. Thus, the Duterte administration focused and implemented an integrated approach to public service delivery. The whole of government approach, as it is called, requires government agencies to work together in providing efficient, effective, and inclusive public service. Heeding this call, the Commission on Higher Education, from being a single-purpose organization, the Commission now works in collaboration with different government agencies and works not just to fulfill its mandate, but to also assist and help other government agencies fulfilling their own. That we have signed Memorandum of Agreement. We have signed several memoranda of agreement with other government agencies like the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Transportation, this event, this is also the context of the Memorandum of Agreement of the Commission on Higher Education with the Commission on Elections. Today, sign. Okay, to continue. I'm sorry for the interruption. First, voter education and information in higher education institutions in connection with the May 2022 national and local elections. According to the United Nations, the term voter education is generally used to describe the dissemination of information, materials, and programs designed to inform voters about the specifics and mechanics of the voting process for a particular election. Voter education involves providing information on who is eligible to vote, when and how to register, how electors can check the voter list to ensure that they have been duly included, what type of elections are being held, where, and how to vote, who are the candidates, how to file complaints. The goal of voter election or voter education is to make information available and accessible to all constituents. Voter education campaigns should seek to achieve universal coverage of the electorate. The government, and in particular the National Election Management Bodies, is primarily responsible for voter education. But we need a creative approach. A creative approach can help ensure information spreads farther, especially now that we have social information, social education, and it's better understood. While some election management bodies may limit themselves to posters and direct mailings to voters, other groups may organize materials or other activities. So now that we have plenty of information, we have to make sure also that we have the right information. So in this memorandum of agreement, the CHED shall have the following responsibilities: mobilize HEIs to undertake activities on voter education, campaigns on voting procedures and candidates forums, provide facilities and manpower for in-campus education, information, and dissemination of electoral activities and materials, provide the facilities and manpower for the briefing of CHED and HEI volunteers by COMELEC, and ensure that HEIs who will be part of the collaboration with COMELEC will observe the conditions provided in COMELEC issuances and regulations. So having said that, sorry. One of the conditions also, or one of our commitments or responsibilities also in the CHED is that, of course, we want to ensure our commitment to the faithful compliance with RA 10173 or the Data Privacy Act and all other COMELEC issuances and regulations. So today, we would strengthen our advocacy to promote voter education. By doing so, we hope to increase voter turnout and consequently strengthen democracy in the country. Thank you very much. And we hope that our joint venture with the Commission on Elections in advancing voter education be fruitful for the future. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Executive Director Haro, for that very comprehensive message. Now, from the Commission on Elections, may I call on our Executive Director, Bartolome J. Sino Cruz Jr. for his message.
Thank you. Executive Director Cinderella Filipina Benitez Haro, Dr. Julieta Enteras, CHED Regional Election Director for the NCR, other COMELEC officials and employees present, as well as the other representatives from the CHED. Good afternoon. COMELEC welcomes the partnership with the Commission on Higher Education. Without doubt, yung partnership na ito would enhance tremendously yung voter education capability or ability of the Commission on Elections. As pointed out kanina ni Executive Director Haro, this will also increase, we expect, that this will help increase the voter turnout. And more so siguro, yung sinasabi natin, voter understanding on how the election process is being conducted. Ang mas importante talaga is the voter understand how the election process is being done so that they can vote intelligently and efficiently, which will in turn contribute to an orderly, peaceful elections. On that note, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Executive Director Sino Cruz. Let us now proceed to the actual signing of the Memorandum of Agreement. May I call on the usheress to please bring forward the copies of the contract. Thank you very much.
Alalan tayo, hatid sa taong bayan, tulong-tulong sa ligtas na
As for Director James Jimenez, who's also a signatory of the MOA, he signed earlier all of the MOA. Thank you very much.
pag-aanda, eleksyon ay idadaos ng ligtas at maayos. Bilang ng boto ng tao, asahan natin kumpleto. Siguro tayo sa darating na Mayo, handa't garantisado lahat. Bilang ng boto, tututukan ang gusto at bantay. Sarado, todo, pantay, pantay na pagtingin, walang agrabyado. Detayado para sa Pilipino. Malinis na halalan, patas sa lahat ng tao. Bigay todo namin babantayan. Mula botohan hanggang bilangan, vote safe ang mamamayan. Alisin ang pangamba, nakasisiguro pa. Vote safe lahat tayo, vote safe siguradong pag-aanda. Eleksyon ay idadaos ng ligtas at maayos. Bilang ng boto ng tao, asahan natin kompleto. Handa na lahat ng kailangan sa darating na botohan. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, vote safe, wag mag-aalangan. Handa naming paglingkuran lahat, bawat mamamayan. Makakaboto ng likas, bawat botante, sino man. Isipan natin mapayapa, tamang bilang makikita. Vote safe lahat tayo, vote safe siguradong pag-aanda. Alisin ang pangamba, nakasisiguro ka. Vote safe lahat tayo, vote safe siguradong pag-aanda. Eleksyon ay idadaos ng ligtas at maayos. Bilang ng boto ng tao, asahan natin kumpleto.
I would like to invite our signatories to please stand up and show the newly signed Memorandum of Agreement to our audience and the media for a photo opportunity.
Malayang alalan tayo, hatid sa taong bayan, tulong-tulong sa ligtas na pagboto. Alisin ang pangamba, nakasisiguro pa. Vote safe lahat tayo, vote safe siguradong pag-aanda. Eleksyon ay idadaos ng ligtas at maayos. Bilang ng boto ng tao, asahan natin kumpleto. Siguro tayo sa darating na Mayo, handa't garantisado lahat.
Okay, thank you very much. You may now. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to announce that the Memorandum of Agreement between COMELEC and CHED has been signed. Congratulations to the Commission on Elections and the Commission on Higher Education. Let us all give them a round. the unavailability of our notary public to attend this MOA signing ceremony, we will notarize the contracts after this event. So, let us now proceed with the Q&A to be moderated by COMELEC EID's Information Officer 2, Ms. Jadel K.B. Hines. Thank you very much, and I will now turn you over to Ms. Jadel.
Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. For this Q&A, we will be only entertaining questions related to the MOA. So here we have first Ms. Tina Panganiban Perez from GMA 7 for her question.
Tina pa from GMA. Ma'am, ito po bang MOA na ito ay i-implement nationwide? Because I noticed that the NCR director for CHED is here, so baka for NCR lang po ito. And yun po, sige, go ahead.
No, ma'am. Our intention is to make. Okay. No, the intention is to make this to implement this nationwide. In fact, in Region 9, as I think we have already had a voters education forum together with one of the state universities and colleges in Region 9. They have already done a voters education forum. So it will not just be here in the central office, nor just here in the National Capital Region, that we will have a voters education campaign.
Meron po bang higher educational institutions that were damaged by Agaton and other previous typhoons na gagamitin po sanang voting centers for the election?
We have retrieved the information also, especially sa mga regional offices namin which are affected by the typhoons. Especially yung Region 8 namin. Yung Region 8 namin, yung regional office namin has been affected directly, no? But as to the HCI, which is operating or which are operating as a voters precinct, I don't think wala pa po kami na kukong information na may damage po sa kanila that would affect the election.
For Director Sino Cruz, sir, meron kasing call for bids sa website ng COMELEC for makeshift voting centers in several areas in Southern Leyte, and I'm not sure kung may iba po. And can you tell us more about the makeshift?
That's correct. Marami may mga requests tayo received from Region 8, reporting that several voting centers have been damaged by the typhoon. As a remedy, na tayo ng mga makeshift na polling centers. Nagpo-procure natin mga regional offices ngayon to make do kung para sa voting centers natin. Hindi naman. Since makeshift yan, mga wooden materials yan, parang kahoy. Kasi temporary din lang yan. Sa size kasi, magdidepende yan din kay pangailangan natin sa like a small room, diba? Kailangan natin sa mga room. I-approximate yan yung size ng polling rooms, yung room mismo. Para lang ma-accommodate yung number of voters allowed. Ganyan. Kasi talagang ginagawa na nga yan, napoprocure na natin mga regional offices. Yun namang hindi kailangan mag-makeshift, nag-transfer na yan mga voting centers.
Thank you very much for the question. Any more questions from the media? Yes, sir, Greg.
Good afternoon po. Greg from TV5. To CHED lang po, may I clarify lang po yung specifics how the voter education efforts will be conducted, especially now that we are down to 18 days before the May 9 polls.
As I've mentioned, though, although the memorandum of agreement has just been signed now, it doesn't mean that we are only doing the voters education after this MOA signing. In fact, in our Region 9, we have already had a voters education forum. So what we did was to collaborate with our state university and college. In Region 9, our CHED office, together with our state university and college in that area, organized a voters education forum. Let me just siguro emphasize that, of course, it's a non-partisan activity. Kaya nga, I emphasize in my siguro in my speech talaga, what is voters education? So introduction of the candidates, but not necessarily saying who should be the candidates to be voted for. It's more of knowing what are your rights as a voter, when, where should you vote. Ito po yung mga information and how can you be empowered sa voting. So those are the information that we will disseminate to our constituents, to our stakeholders, specifically, of course, our higher education institutions, students, no? But of course, kasi ito naman pong mga state universities and colleges namin, they are also engaged in extension centers, in extension services, and they also, of course, cater to the community. So although higher education institutions po ang talagang supervision ng Commission on Higher Education, we also engage the community. So voters education, the community will also be part of voters education or information.
Just last one, ma'am. So meaning after this MOA, we'll be having posted voter education from the side of CHED. And do we expect cross?
Yeah. Yes po.
Thank you, ma'am.
In fact, meron na po kami mga na-organize sa ibang regions po.
Any more questions from the media?
Ganun po. Dante. Kasi ang sinasabi ng isa sa what I mean is, do you have the same perspective na the youth should vote? Kasi sila yung pinakamaraming botante sa ngayon. May ganun bang posisyon ang CHED?
Well, sabi nga po namin, what we are promoting is voters education. And in voters education, yung those who are already, those who have the rights to vote, yun yung binibigyan namin ng proper information so that they can vote. So it goes without saying that we would want our youth to be empowered, and empowering the youth means giving them proper information, what will be the benefits of voting. So yun nga po, it goes without saying that we are also promoting voters education information to the youth, specifically to our higher education students, especially kasi ang based po doon sa information or records po namin, mga enrollees po namin sa higher education institutions are about approximately 3.6 million. So kung 3.6 million, ano na po yan more than 18 na yan eh. Usually pag nasa college po tayo ngayon, nasa university, more or less ano na po yan, majority age na po yan dahil more than 18 years old na po siya or 18 years of age already.
May po, Attorney Karen Galianda po from PTV. Sabi niyo po previously is nakapagkasa na po kayo ng mga voter education campaign. Ang tanong ko na, ano po yung challenge natin sa vote education when it comes to pagkaharap natin yung mga youth?
Of course, yung given the limitation now in mobility restrictions, there are still health considerations eh. So in setting up a voters education forum, one of the things we are wary of or talagang pinaprioritize namin ay health considerations. So we want to make sure that of course the minimum health standards as set out by the Department of Health will be followed. So one of the challenges that we have experienced is engaging or facilitating a voters education forum, and then making sure that the minimum health standards will be followed or will be observed.
Para kay Attorney Bartolome po, kanina po nabanggit na po yung sa mga damage due to bagyong Agaton. Susugan ko lang po, baka meron na po ba tayong mga election paraphernalia? Di po nakapagpadala na po tayo. Yung mga damage din po ba doon sa mga
Okay. So far, sa mga PCM, CCS, and batteries or beacons, may equipment. Nakapagpadalang tayo yan. Ito yung April 12, nag-start na tayo mag-deploy niya. Ang latest report naman sa amin from ORMO is that yung BCM, CCS, and beacon, at that time, nung mag-start yung typhoon, nasa barko pa sila, nasa pantalan, and they were not damaged.
Thank you very much. Any more questions? I guess that's it for our Q&A. Thank you very much to our signatories, to our guests who are present here today. Let us give a round of applause to COMELEC and CHED for this fruitful signing of the Memorandum of Agreement. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and have a